What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another MuzzleBroke live stream. We got some cool pieces out. We got some cool topics of conversation today. For the AI chat moderator, there are no firearm sales on the channel. Excuse me. Everything is unloaded. Everything is safely being conducted by a professional. There will be no transportation of firearms. There will be no touching of firearms. There will be no shooting of firearms. So there are the rules. Okay. So we have four guns out on the table today. What a treat. We usually just have three. Not that that's a hard and fast rule. I don't know how you say it. But we got four pretty cool guns out today. DJ, what's up, man? We got the good old AKM. It's actually my first AK that I've had. Of course, it's gone through quite a metamorphosis, you would say. We have a Syndicate Cerakote job, rocking the Midwest Alpha stock, Barward US Rail, bayonet. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool build out. We do have some pretty cool pistols out today. We have the CZ Custom CZ75 SP01 Acu Shadow, which I'm working on changing some things up. And then we have my typical carry gun hanging out, the P365 AXG Legion. I don't know why I have these two pistols out. I think I was like cleaning them or something. Thoughts on the Colt Python? It's a fun gun, man. I'm a big revolver fan. Revolvers are always a good time. I like revolvers because you can't like blow through rounds as quickly, so it is nice to kind of slow it down a little bit. Hey, if you guys can hear me, let me know. I'm working, have like a new audio situation today. So as long as you can hear me talking, I'd appreciate a comment. Okay, but the main, I guess, I don't know, not that we ever really have a purpose during these live streams, but I am about to paint the DY12 here. I have a couple of three different stencil spray paint choices out today. So I kind of wanted to get everybody's opinions on the stencil options. These are all from Rattler Innovations. They're all pretty cool. We have this camo, like Alpine Swiss. We have a snakeskin camo. And we also kind of have this like desert tricolor camo as well. So before I kind of painted it, I kind of wanted to get everyone's opinions on it. Hey, if you guys can hear me, let me know because I don't know if my audio is going through. So please comment that. But yeah, man. So we'll talk a little bit about some of these guns. We'll talk a little bit about whatever the heck you want. Whoa, those look cool as hell. Well, thanks, Audrey. I appreciate that. I can hear you fine. All right, cool. I was worried. But yeah, man. So this gun over here is a professional Cerakote job by Syndicate Cerakote. Really awesome work. I'm a pretty big fan of this. Liking that bottom one, it would look nice on the wall. So, okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of my initial was I was gonna pick the one on the bottom, but I think it looks awful close to this. And I kind of wanted to switch it up. So I asked a friend and they were kind of saying snakeskin. So I'd maybe do the snakeskin pattern on the left there. I think that might look kind of cool too. But at the end of the day, I guess it doesn't really matter. Who cares? But yeah, I typically don't paint a lot of these guns. Why? I don't know. I have two guns that are Cerakoted. This gun, this AK here, and then I have a Glock that has some Cerakote work done on it. Also, I spray painted the high point. We spray painted the high point, and we're gonna spray paint this bad boy as well. And those are just our three spray paint stencil options out on the table today. So if you guys have a very strong opinion on which spray paint stencil I should use, let me know down in the comments. If you guys are just stopping by, hey, please subscribe to the MuzzleBro channel. We are very close to 29,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane because earlier in the week, we were at 28,000. So cool. Snakeskin would look awesome, dude. Yeah. I think I'm leaning towards the snakeskin, but I'm not 100% sure. Call of Duty, your guns, IRL. Yeah, man. Rattler Innovations is pretty dope. You can pretty much use anything to spray paint. Like a lot of people use like sticks or wire bag, like mesh or just tape. And honestly, I am not a great spray painter. I will wholeheartedly admit that. Every time I've done a spray paint project, I've always been happy with the way they've turned out, I will say, but they definitely have not turned out as good as some of the spray paint jobs I've seen online. Some of these folks with their spray paint just they go so hard, and I have not really been able to duplicate that. I have only used one stencil pattern. And it is, I would say, the stencil pattern that I've most similarly used was kind of similar to this, and it just kind of ends up being just a big glob of mush. And I don't think that's anything against the stencils. That's just kind of me sucking at spray paint. So maybe we'll try the snakeskin. Tactical Llama, what's up? Yeah, the AK has been professionally Cerakoted, so obviously it looks a lot better than probably what I'm going to do at home. What do you think about hydro dipping? I've never seen a gun hydro dipped. I've definitely seen like the Instagram reels of the hydro dipping and stuff. In fact, actually, I think my dad, if I'm not mistaken, hydro dipped a couple of like deer skulls, like did a European mount and hydro dipped the deer skulls. And I want to say they turned out pretty good, or one of his friends did, or something like that. But yeah, man. So the AK, the classic AKM, this one's actually a PSA one that we've kind of changed out everything on, but a really cool gun. Very happy with how the Cerakote job turned out. It's pretty cool. It's definitely a vibe. And Cerakote is just going to stick a little bit better than spray paint, which is always cool. The CZ75 here is an incredible pistol. We did have this guy ported, which you can't really see, but I did actually spray paint the little magwell red on this one. Yo, Hectic, what's up? Why the banana on the shoddy? It's just one of the mags that it came with. This actually the DY12 came with just a ton of stuff, a ton of mags, a ton of different iron sights and charging handle option. Like it came with quite a bit. But if you guys are just popping on the stream, welcome. If you're here for the first time, I appreciate you being here. We love a good old fashioned muzzle broke live stream, so it's always a good time, man. Typically, the Friday night live streams are not as poppin' as they are during the week, but we'll see. If you're gonna run a banana, you need that super long one. I've seen it in person. It's disgusting. You ever cleaned it with almost got me to real. Brandon says beautiful guns. Well, thank you, Brandon. Out of these three, I would say my favorite has to probably be the CZ Customs. This is a CZ75 build from CZ Customs. It has an upgraded trigger hammer, all the internals and good stuff. We do have a pretty cool port job that I'm not quite sure if you could see on the CZ75 as well. It's really cool. And then, of course, the classic AKM. I'm a huge AK guy. We actually have some really cool parts on this AK specifically. The ALG AK trigger is dope. I'm a big fan of the Midwest Industries stock on this guy. We have some Zenico clone stuff going on up front. We got a Zenico clone, PK6 vertical grip, and a Barwar US rail, which is kind of like a Zenico clone rail. So, and then just I kind of threw the bayonet on, just for funsies. Beautiful guns, bro. Thanks, man. AK is the go-to. Yeah, I do love me some AKs. We have plenty of AKs on the channel. We have 9 AKs or AK platforms, I guess you would say, on the channel. Plenty of ARs, plenty of pistols, plenty of PCCs. There are no firearm sales on the channel, brother. But yeah, the DY12 is. I got to do the range review for it. I'm probably. I don't know. I guess I could throw an optic randomly on this for no reason. For a shotgun, I mean, I think iron sights are very reasonable. Maybe I'll throw a dot on. Maybe I won't. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I definitely do want to spray paint it. So we have three spray paint options. So yeah, I kind of wanted to hear from you guys what spray paint option was tickling your fancy. How much was set up on the AK on the right? Quite a bit. The base was a grand. The rail was 350. The stock is 350. The Cerakote job, it's kind of expensive. I own over 20 AKs, no joke. 223 DMR, what's up, man? But yeah, man, if you guys are just stopping by, I really appreciate it. If you guys could subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot, and it's always fun. It's always a good time. We do also have a carry gun out on the table today. The P365 AXG Legion is one of my kind of go-to carry guns. It's always a good time. It's a lot of fun. Funny enough, I'm using the P365 as my carry gun right now, and the CZ as my nightstand gun right now. That's why it's got the flashlight and the optic. My biggest complaint with the CZ here is that there's no iron sights. No rear irons on this guy, which makes me a little bit sad. I don't know what GWOT stands for, but we have three different stencil options that we're kind of considering for the DY12 here. I've heard that people want me to do the snake skin on it. I think that would be cool. I'm afraid I'll botch it as I botch all of my spray paint jobs. But I think that's kind of the beauty of the spray paint, right? Is if I really screw it up, I could just spray paint over it. Let's hit that like button. Hell yeah, brother. It really does help me out. It really helps me out even more when you guys subscribe to the channel. So if you could do that for me, It's always a good time. I don't see any Winchester there. Yeah, I don't actually think I have any Winchester guns, unfortunately. I think my wife is gluing my firearm. She denies it when I'm sticking to my guns. I want one of those CZs. I heard they're super accurate. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. I do have a 1,000 round range review out on the channel for the CZ Customs build here. This is a base gun CZ 75 with a bunch of aftermarket stuff that CZ Custom adds to make it just a really flat shooter. I After the 1,000 round range review, I did get this gun ported. Probably didn't need the ports. It shoots very flat, very accurately, very quick. But with the ports, it's just even a little bit flatter, which is always a good time. Since we're speaking of ports, I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but I'm actually just a pretty big fan of the traditional AK slant brake. I think that actually does a pretty good job of recoil mitigation for the AK system. I do love me a good muzzle brake that makes the guns nice and loud and obnoxious. The DY12 here, it did come with a couple of muzzle device options. It's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I would have gotten the, well, beggars can't be choosers, but I like the shorter version of the DY12. Paul says, "Hey, hey, Paul." The shorter version of the DY12 is cooler, in my opinion. I'm not a huge fan aesthetically of the barrel shroud situation, like the fake suppressor. I don't really know, but we're gonna try and spray paint this up, make it a little fancier, and then kind of go from there. Is my plan. The AK looks like it came from Jamaica. Yeah, the AK is pretty cool, man. I kind of sent the guys at Syndicus like a Call of Duty inspired camo, and they kind of just threw this together. It looked pretty good. I think it turned out pretty dope. It was fun. It's a fun little AK Cerakote. No complaints. It's pretty cool. My spray paint job on the UI12 is not going to be nearly as good, but we'll try our best. What do you think of the Tavor? It's fine. I'm a bigger fan of like the AUG. If I had to pick a bullpup personally, just aesthetically, Tavor is cool. It shoots well. I do not have one. That's really nice. Is that a knife on the end? Yeah, we are rocking a bayonet on the front of the AK because why not? It's cool. I think it fits the vibe of the gun a little bit. But yeah, the CZ 75 is a really awesome pistol. Shoots very well. We had pretty good range review results with it. We did kind of jam up around that 700, 600 round mark. But that's kind of something that I expect for some of the higher end pistols that are kind of built for speed and not necessarily built for like rugged use, right? You put a pistol on a brace and it makes it, you're going to have a higher caliber firing for that guy. Yep. Classic Joe Biden quotes. But hey, I want you guys to let me know which camo pattern you would prefer for the DY12 here. We do have three options. We have kind of like an alpine camo. We got like a desert tricolor. Then we got like a snakeskin one. I think I'm kind of leaning towards the snakeskin. I don't really know why I'm leaning towards the snakeskin, but I kind of am. But we'll see. We can always spray paint over it. So we'll see. We'll see where the cards take us. But yeah, man. We do have some new guns coming to the channel. We're gonna have a VZ61 coming. We're gonna have a triple barrel shotgun coming. I actually was emailing with the folks at Daria, makers of the DY12 here, and I think they're gonna send out a pistol and maybe another AR-ish style gun. So we'll see. Do a sponge paint job. That's kind of what the AK looks like. Um, do you think it's safe to use a 3D printed AR lower receiver? Yeah, I do. Actually, funny enough, the VZ61 that we're going to have has a 3D printed lower. I'm not quite sure on the long term durability of the 3D prints, just to be totally honest. The EP9, which we have on the channel, is polymer lower. And it's done very well. So I will say that I think the 3D printed stuff feels like when you pick it up, it kind of feels a little crappier. But I think it does hold up. Snakeskin would look pretty dope, but the Alpine is sweet too. Yeah, all right. So maybe I should, if I could find it. The Alpine is gonna. It looks really cool like this. but it is not going to look like that on the gun. I 100% promise you that. I've done similar stencils to that Alpine before, and it kind of ends up just looking like a bunch of mush, um, which I could try and not suck, I guess. We'll see how ambitious I want to be. I think the snakeskin is going to be the easiest stencil to use. So maybe that's why I'm like, maybe we just use the snakeskin, So we'll see. I'll probably end up with the snakeskin, but who knows? Hey, if you guys are just popping on, please like the stream. It helps me out a ton. Please subscribe to the channel. That helps me out a ton as well. We have lots of awesome content dropping all the time. We drop shorts on the channel every single day, and we have plenty of 1,000 round range reviews. If you are more into the long form style content, there's plenty more 1,000 round range reviews to come. I think the next one is going to be the Krebs Customs M23. I was going to go shoot that tomorrow, but it has since rained aggressively. And I do not know if I want to go stomp around out in the mud, but we'll see. You never know where the day is going to take me. But yeah, man, if you guys are here, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a ton. But yeah, as long as I don't sell, I do not know the rules. I'm not a lawyer, unfortunately. Round one. But yeah, the DY12 by Daria here. I have not actually shot this gun yet. AR style 12 gauge shotgun, kind of interesting. This is the first AR style shotgun we have on the channel. So it's pretty cool. I'm gonna paint it tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna switch out the pistol grip because I don't love this pistol grip. I already switched out the stock because I didn't love the stock. Gabby, correct me if I'm wrong. Are you the one? Do you have a KP9? Someone on the stream had a KP9 at some point. Is that your EDC? Yes. The P365 AXG Legion here is the most common gun that I carry fairly consistently in every day. I have currently been using the CZ here as my nightstand gun. Uh, do you shoot often? Do you hunt? Yeah, I shoot fairly often. Typically at least once or twice a month. Just kind of depending on schedules and all that stuff. I do hunt. I do not hunt as frequently as I would like. Gabby, you are the one with the KP9. I got the small AK. Do you like it? I remember you were maybe trying to pawn it off. I don't remember. But if you guys are just stopping by, please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot. And I would love everyone's opinion on which camo I should paint the DY12 here, because I'm going to probably do that tomorrow. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to maybe film a little bit, and then we'll spray paint this bad boy up. I do think I'm going to take off some of the stuff like before I spray paint it because I kind of want some black accents. Hell yes, good defense gun, Gabby says. Man, I really have been trying to source one, a KP9, and I have been struggling because I want paint orange. Well, I already have this one in orange, so I don't really want to paint this one in orange. I'm thinking the snake skin for the DY12, but we'll see if anyone has some strong opinions. Yeah, the AK. This is not spray paint. This is like a formal Cerakote job, so you will be able to tell the drastic difference in quality once I get the DY12 here all painted up because it's going to look a little poopy. That's okay. I'm excited to see how the rattle can job comes out. I've been wanting to do the same. Actually, there's only like 5 people on the stream. Hey, we're gonna go to the gun room for free today because I want to show you guys something. So gun room, here we go. Because I painted this like recover tactical chassis. Let me see if I can find it. I actually have no idea where it is. Actually, maybe in the gear room. How much do you guys care about this recover tactical chassis? I can't tell. Good luck on that. F5 is selling new and old. Is that all your guns? Oh, never mind. Yeah, hold on we're gonna go to the other room real quick. See what we got. I don't think my address is anywhere in here. Oh, here it is. What I was looking for. This is the Recover Tactical chassis that I painted with the rattle can. That kind of that Alpine situation, and it's kind of like I don't know. Does look bad, but a little mushy. Yeah, here's just all my garbage I have just hanging out, and my passport, which you should not be able to see. But yeah, man. So we'll see. I'm excited to paint the DY12. We'll see how it turns out. Yeah, definitely not all my guns. I typically just have a handful out for the live streams, just to kind of give me something to focus on. But yeah, man, if you guys are just stopping by, welcome to the MuzzleBroke channel. I appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to the channel, guys. Helps me out an absolute buttload. We got the AKM out on the right hand side of the table today with a beautiful Cerakote job, rocking the Midwest Industries Alpha stock. Actually, a huge fan of that stock on this bad boy. Yeah, CZ75 SPO1 AccuShadow Shadow hanging out with the SIG P365 AXG Legion. And then, of course, the DY12, which we are talking about how we're going to paint it. I definitely need to rip this apart and get it ready to be painted, I guess, because there are definitely some parts that I do not want to paint on this gun. But then we'll see. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? This is kind of a pitiful live. That's okay. We got Halloween coming up. We're not. Oh, we are giving away an FRT on Halloween. That's kind of cool. We're giving away an AK FRT on the Instagram. No way you did that. Paint job looked really cool. Yeah, man. Like I said, it turned out good, but it turned out very similar to this one and just kind of a little blobby. I don't know. Maybe I will do the Alpine. Honestly, it's kind of going to be a game time decision. We're going to see how I'm feeling tomorrow and then just kind of go with it. The Alpine might look cooler on the wall. I don't know. Yeah. But Daria is going to be sending out, I think, a couple of other guns to the channel, so that's going to be pretty sweet. I'm pretty pumped for that. That'll be a cool one. I'm worried about out of battery detonations. And before KUSA went under, people sent their KP9s back, and they never got them back. No way, Gabby. That's insane. Someone feels inadequate. Yeah, no, not really. Um, Gabby, on a scale of 0 to 10, how married are you to that KP9, buddy? Uh, I really need to start doing more like random giveaways. As you saw in the gear room, I have like tubs. Oh, he's an 11. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I need to find one, but I kind of want to like see if someone's down for like a little tradesy situation or something. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, the KP9 is pretty cool. The PSA has the AKV, but the AKV is just not. It's just not as vibey, unfortunately, as the KP9. Not quite sure why. It just really isn't. But anywho, well, hopefully on tomorrow's live stream, maybe I'll throw the DY12 back out, um, and we'll hopefully see it painted. We will support whatever decision you make for the paint job. Well, thank you. Yeah, I really don't know which way I'm going to go with it, but we'll see. We will figure it out. Probably going to be a game time decision, and hopefully it doesn't rain tomorrow so I can paint this up. But alrighty, guys. Well, I appreciate you tuning in. Kind of a quick little live today, but we don't seem to have that many folks on the stream, which is cool. But I appreciate you guys that are here, of course. Please subscribe to the channel. We'll have the DY12 back out as soon as we get it spray painted. I just wanted to do a quick poll of spray paint options. Thank you all for joining, and I will see you on tomorrow's live stream. Have a wonderful Friday night, boys.